Hello, my name is Giovanni Davis, and I am a student in the Project Next Generation program at the Kankakee Public Library. Today is October 11, 2016, and I am at the Manteno Veteran Home in Manteno, Illinois, interviewing the U.S. military veteran Ernest Shannon. Mr. Shannon, when and where were you born?
I was born in southern Illinois, down by Carver, a little town called Ziegler, Illinois, Zeigler, down by Carbondale.
What are your parents' names and what were their occupations?
My dad was a coal miner, supervisor in a coal mine. His name was Thomas Shannon. My mother was Margaret Shannon. She lived to be 93. My dad, he didn't make it till he died when he was 59. My dad.
Do you have any siblings and what are their names? Did any of them serve in the military?
I got a brother, Jack Shannon, but he died. He died when he was 62. And I got a sister that's 15 years younger than I am. Her name's Margaret Elaine. And my baby sister, she's 15 years younger than me.
What were you doing before you entered the service?
I went to high school. When I graduated out of high school, then I enlisted in the Air Force. It was in 52. But I got out of school in about 49.
In which branch of the service did you serve?
Air Force.
Did
15 years.
That's a long time. Did you enlist or were you drafted into the U.S. military?
Enlisted.
Who did you choose? Why did you choose the specific branch of the military that you were in?
Can you speak up a little bit?
Why did you choose the specific branch of the military that you were in?
I don't know how this figured out. Well, I took a score. We had to take tests, and my aptitude test qualified me to be in the Air Force. That's why I went there.
Would you tell me about when you departed for training camp and your training camp experience?
Well, when I enlisted, I went to Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas, in 1952, and took my training there to be an airman. And after I got my training, I went to Korea. Went over there by boat, and I was at K site. We had K sites over there, and I was at K8 Kunsan, Korea, and I stayed there for a year, from 52 to 53. August of 53, they signed a treaty and they got that all straightened out. And then, of course, I went back home and I went to Albany, Georgia. Albany, Georgia, I did quite a few things there, and then finally I got an aircraft, a C-124, and I trained to be a loadmaster on the C-124, where we dropped out heavy equipment and stuff. You've probably seen parachutes and stuff. And then I went TDY to different places, and I like that.
Do you recall your instructors? If so, what were they like?
I can't hear him. Speak louder.
Do you recall your instructors? If so, what were they like?
Can you speak a little louder?
Do you recall your instructors? If so, what were they like? Like as the people that was giving you options and orders?
I can't hear that. You got to come up full circle. Talking real low. There you go. Now.
Do you recall your instructors? If so, what were they like?
Oh, the instructors?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we called them. They were good. I mean, they trained us good, and TIs they call them, technical instructors. Yeah, I stayed there for 3 or 4 months, I guess, and then I went to Korea.
Did you receive any specialized training? If so, what is it?
No, well, I did go to food service. I went to school in food service. They needed cooks back in those days too, so when I was over in Korea, I was in food service, yeah.
How did you adapt to the military life, including the physical, regiment, barracks, food, and social life?
I like the service. If in the service, I got married, of course, when I was a kid, and I was wrong. But anyway, I didn't have the right wife, right woman. You got a woman, a serviceman's wife is about as special as a serviceman because they got to be a team, and when he goes away, she's got to take care of it and keep honorable, but my wife, she couldn't do that. So I lived with her 10 years and then we got a divorce. But she gave me 2 boys, 2 sons. Yeah.
Where did you serve in the Air Force?
Where did I?
Yeah, what did you serve?
What did you do for recreation?
I don't know what you mean.
What specific place that you were at when you were serving in the Air Force?
Yeah, like I said, I was in Korea. And I spent a year over there, and then I come back to the States, to Albany, Georgia over here.
What are some memories that you have of that
Where
experience?
were you when the war ended?
Well, the memories I have is, when I was over there, the government made, they had MiG jets over there. The Russians had MiG jets. And our government decided, well, they're going to make a jet too. And they come out with what they call the F-84. And we called it a flying tank. It was so huge and heavy. And it was too big for our aircraft, our runway. So they had to park it on there, and part of it went out in the dark. And they had, every plane they had a man guarding it. Well, I was guarding this one aircraft. About 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, they give us an M1 rifle, and we kept our finger on the trigger with the safety off in case something happened. Well, something happened. 2 o'clock in the morning, this guy hit me in the jaw. I got a scar there. And he put me out, but I pulled the trigger and the gun fired. And we were close together where the other guys come running up there to see what was wrong. And I called the ambulance, took me to the hospital. And they wired my teeth together and pulled a tooth out where I could eat. And that was one experience I had over there. Then we did go up in the mountains to guard, patrol mountains for our base. And we had trenches and stuff up there, but I was lucky. We never had nothing hardly happen up in there.
What were some of your other duties?
Besides food service, that's pretty much about it until I come back to the States.
What kinds of friendships did you form while serving, and with whom? What kind of friendships?
Oh, friends?
Yeah, like what kind of friendships or friends did you
I had
be
one
while
over there,
serving?
my one buddy Bill, and he was from up here by Chicago, and we got real close. They really tell you over there don't make friends because you don't know how long they're going to last. They could get killed, and then it makes a hardship on But me and Bill, we stayed tight together, and we both came back okay.
How did you stay in touch with friends and family back home?
Writing letters.
What did you do for recreation or when you were off duty?
Oh, we played pool, and they had a tennis court over there for us, and different activities, working out with weights and stuff like that.
The bathroom.
Where were you
upstairs.
when the war ended or your tour of duty
The
ended?
bathroom because he couldn't walk. Because he-
Well, in Korea, I was out in the Pacific Ocean when it ended, because coming back to the United States.
Pan for him and put him in the kitchen, and we closed the
How were you
door,
seen by your
and we
family
made
and
his
community
food
when you
in there,
returned
and
home?
what he could do, he had no lazy-
Well, they received me real good. I mean, I didn't have no problem there. I was really glad to get home.
Just a couple
Of course, my dad had passed away then, and
understand,
and,
most of them are
just
dead.
had my mom,
I'm going to be 93
my brother.
in November. So,
How did you return home leaving your duty?
quite a few of them have died since.
when I got into the
Are you a member of any veteran?
Albany, Georgia,
No, I'm not, and
I
wish
flew
was
home.
doing. I'm sorry,
And,
I'm sorry. I say
I
that
went
again.
back
I'm
and
sorry.
and
I
stayed
never
there
joined
for,
the organization, but I was so glad to get out of the army. I didn't pay no
4 or
attention,
5 years.
and I made a big mistake.
What have you done since separating from the military?
How were you? How did you adjust to civilian life?
I choose to want to.
wow, that was sort of hard after you've been in the service. You come back and
I had to adjust according to life.
well, when I come back from the Korean War, I mean the Vietnam War,
But I see the war.
they didn't want that. The people didn't want that war, and they treated us sort of rough. They spit on us and stuff.
And the big thing that I
And I didn't appreciate that, so
stay on my left, stay on my left.
it was hard to adjust to that. They didn't appreciate what we did for them over there. Of course, that was President Johnson's war, and President Kennedy wanted to end it because they knew we couldn't win it. And that was his war mainly, And then after that, well, I got out and I went into civilian life.
How did your wartime or
How did
military
your wartime
experience
or
affect your life?
military experience affect your life?
Well,
How did your wartime or military
it didn't really affect me as far as my life went. I got a discharge with a medical discharge, and I give me a little pension and stuff like that. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the service. I liked the service.
you learned from the military service?
What are some life lessons you learned from the military service?
Well, hygiene mostly. They want you to keep clean and your rooms and everything. Keep your room nice and stuff like that. But it's good for kids, really. I don't see why they don't take children out or people out of the high school when they return, graduate, put them in the service for a couple of years. And then get them heads up on the service, and then if the government needs them, they got a heads up what they're gonna have, just 2 years, they ain't gonna go nowhere, just train and they get paid for it and stuff like that. But if they ever need them, then they got all these men and women where they can use them.
How has your military service impacted your feelings about war and the military in general?
Well, I mean, they treated me good. I didn't have no problems with them. Of course, you do what you're told and don't give nobody no trouble. And you get what you give, If you're mean and stuff like that, they're gonna treat you the same way. And take your rank away from you, put you in the stockade or something like that. But I never had them problems like that. I just got along with the people.
What message would you like to leave for future generations who will hear this interview?
What I'd like to say is, like I said before, if you have a chance to go in the service, go. It's not gonna hurt you. I mean, they take good care of you in there, of course. They
Pray for peace.
what they told us is, we're gonna take your head off and screw it back right, Well, they did that, they disciplined us. And you get smart, they show you who's the boss and all that kind of stuff. But I really like the service. And They should let the kids, when they come out of high school, have an opportunity to go to the service for a couple of years. Then if they need them, they got heads up on what they're going, when they go in the service, what they're gonna have to do. They don't have to tram too much, you know. They give you tests, and according to your aptitude, they'll put you where they want to put you.
I would say one thing,
Is there anything that we haven't discussed that you would like to add to this interview?
Well, when I was in the service, the best job I had, I was a load master on a C-124 and 130. And we used to drop out heavy equipment, like we went to Nam, and they were building roads over there. So we dumped out caterpillars and graders and stuff like that. And of course they had chutes on them and stuff like that. And we helped them out in that way, and I was really proud to present my country that way, you know, where they could use this equipment. And of course they just left it there when they got through with it. You know.
Before closing, will you mind showing your rewards that you have got during the military?
Yeah, this is my Korean, this is my Vietnam, this is my rank, this is my wings. I was a group, it's group wings for when you're in the aircraft. Good contact, and then all these up here.
In closing, I would like to thank you for this opportunity to interview you and participating in the Veterans History Project.
Thank you very much.